All right, everybody. So today I'm doing the Burger King challenge. I'm gonna be trying to eat this in under 3 minutes. All of this, even the large fry. I mean, not the drink. I know mostly in food challenge you're supposed to do the drink, but I kind of want to savor the drink. I don't want to just chug it back. But I'll be trying to eat this Whopper and this large fry in under 3 minutes. So the challenge doesn't start obviously until I take my first bite. It's like it hasn't started yet. Just letting you guys know. Nobody's even here right now, so it's fine. So yeah, it doesn't start until I take my first bite. I guess I'll start at like 2 minutes. The stream's at 45 seconds, so I'll start the challenge at 2 minutes. See if we can get some people in before I start the challenge. Yeah. So I'll start drinking the Coke right now. Okay. So yeah, doesn't start until my first bite. Okay. Almost at 1 minute and 20 seconds. So I'll take my first bite. And this is the Whopper with extra cheese or something. I don't know why it's called the Whopper with cheese, this one. Usually in the normal Whopper, it's just called a Whopper. So maybe they don't normally have cheese, but yeah. You can see the cheese right there, you know? Okay. Okay. So I'll start it right away here. I'll start it at 1 minute and 55 seconds. So it's got a lot of toppings. I'm gonna have to try to finish. All right, starting now. So I only have 1 minute to eat the fries. Yeah, guys, it's been like 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I failed. If this would have been a medium fry, I probably would have completed the challenge. Tried. I tried as fast as I could. Yeah, if that would have been a medium fry, I probably would have beaten it. But alas, I chose the large fry, not the medium, which was my downfall.
Really good kickers. They're kicking the thigh and they're kicking the
They're
calf.
kicking the-
They're
yeah.
kicking soft areas, and they're slamming this hard, numb shin.
Right.
And the shin gets all these like micro fractures all
Right.
over the shin, and it calcifies. Like these guys can kick baseball bats. You ever seen them break baseball bats with their shins?
No, I've never
It's
seen
crazy. Some guys can do 2 baseball bats. Someone will hold the baseball bat and then just kick right through them.
But
'Cause
see,
their
I
shins
watch your
almost get numb.
enthusiasm now, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's why you're good at what, that's why nobody does this better. Without the enthusiasm, forget it.
Well, it has to be authentic. Like that. I mean, the only reason why I do MMA commentary is because I'm very interested in it for real. I don't have to manufacture it. I'm very interested. So I
And you
think
love
that's
going
fun.
in there after the fight and they're sweating all over you, they're slopping all over you.
They bleed on me.
They're bleeding.
Sometimes their nose
Does that
is bleeding,
bother you a
splaying
little
on.
bit? Yeah,
No,
like
no.
2 weeks ago with the guy I never saw it. I
Khalil
never saw
Rountree, yeah.
more stuff came out of his nose.
Yes, it was pretty
Right.
nasty, but no, I'm very used to it. I just wanted
That's
him to
great.
be able to express
You
himself.
done a great job.
Thank you,
You done
thank
a
you.
great job.
So back to you and back to what are you into? First of all, I love this idea of you teaming up with Kennedy.
Right.
And I love this Make America Healthy Again
Yep.
idea because there are chemicals and ingredients in our food that are illegal in other countries because they've been shown to be toxic. There's
I imagine there was a lot of chemicals in the Burger King I just ate. Definitely in the Coca-Cola. And there's a lot of chemicals in my ball sack.
pesticides and herbicides, and there's a lot of shit that's been sprayed on our food that really is unnecessary, and there's a lot of health consequences that people are suffering from a lot of these things. And
I put this
to
chart for you.
beautiful,
Because I had a feeling you'd be asking.
Thank
Look
you.
at this chart. These are healthier countries. Look where the United States is. I'm going to send this to RFK Jr.
So
Look at
this
this.
is well, something along the. I was actually talking to RFK today, and he told me that more than 70% of young men are ineligible for the military because of their health.
I could see it.
That's
a lot
crazy.
Of it's, a lot of it's
So
obesity.
here's the life expectancy versus
That's it.
health expenditure.
Same chart.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
USA.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Jamie's the best.
He's very good.
He's the best.
But no, but look at that. Look
Look
where
at
the USA is.
It's not good, and
they
that's our
spend all that
food.
money.
That's our diet. That's sedentary lifestyle. That's our diet. That's the chemicals we ingest. That's what that is.
But RFK is going to be very, I think he's a great guy.
I
think
love
he's
the
great.
fact that you guys teamed up.
Yeah, it's
And
a
are you guys
good
are you
combination.
completely committed to have him a part of your administration?
Oh, I am, but the only thing I want to be a little careful about with him is the environmental. Because, he doesn't like oil. I love oil and gas. I think
Just
it's
keep him out of
to
that.
fire. So I'm going to sort of keep him out for a little. I said, focus on health. Focus. You can do whatever you want. But I got to be a little bit careful with the liquid gold,
I understand. But listen, there's plenty of good work that could be done if you focus on health.
Here's
So-
the one that my all-time favorite.
What is that?
See the arrow right here? That's what I left.
Do
The
you
day I
have
left.
anyone that is pressuring you to not work with him? Have there been people
not work with
reaching
who? To not-
RFK Jr.?
Yes.
Yes, I would imagine. Because
I would
financially,
say,
he can put a dent.
I would say that, and I think in many ways they've done a good job, in many ways they've done a bad job. But I would say that the Big Pharma wasn't thrilled when they heard that you know, I have a I've actually always gotten along very well with him. I've known him a long time. He's a different kind of a guy. He's a very smart, great guy. And he's very sincere about this. I mean, he really is, you know, he thinks we spend a fortune on pesticides and all this stuff, and then you end up with, that chart is a terrible chart, the one previous. It's such a bad chart when you look at where we are compared to other countries that don't spend 10 cents.
Right.
So, you know, and you save a lot of money. But, yeah, I've had some people that aren't exactly thrilled. You can imagine, right?
Sure.
It's a good question, actually.
Well, certainly if there have
It doesn't
been
affect me.
some pharmaceutical drugs that have been prescribed that have negative consequences that these people have been profiting off of, and then you have a guy like RFK Jr. who spends an enormous amount of time highlighting those things, you can say how they'd be very reluctant to have you supporting them.
I would say that's an understatement.
Yeah. So what do you do to stop that from getting in the way?
Well, look, they come up with some amazing things. I mean, I don't know how you do it. I know you're against the vaccine, certain vaccines. I think that, like the polio vaccine, people had polio that were going to do was like a disaster. And they came up, Dr. Salk, and he came up with a vaccine that there's no polio. Now, it's very interesting, there hasn't been polio, but now in the Gaza Strip, can you believe that? Have you heard that? There's been a big strain of polio coming out in the Gaza Strip.
Is it vaccine-derived polio? Because, you know, there's a strain of polio that comes directly from the vaccines. Unfortunately, sometimes we vaccinate for polio.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As I sit down and I listen to him, and I'll give it total, I would love him to be right, because if he's right, it's a lot less expensive generally.
There's two things that people point to when they point to the dangers of the pharmaceutical drug industry. One thing is when pharmaceutical drugs were allowed to advertise on television. We're only one of 2 countries in the world that allow pharmaceutical drugs to advertise on TV. The other one's New Zealand, but they're more restrictive than we are. People
But
are
those
worried,
ads, when you hear like, you know, take a certain drug,
and then you hear all the
and then you say,
consequences.
it causes cancer and
Yeah.
baldness, we don't like baldness.
Suicidal
and this
ideation.
and that and
Yeah.
eyesight, and you can lose your vision.
Yeah.
And you know, I actually asked one of these guys, I would never take, I mean, because there's things that are so bad, they go through a whole list. I guess they save some liability, but man, I said, does that affect the purchase? And they say it really does. When there's something you have and you read, and then they go through the list of
Side effects.
the potential side. It's not
Yeah.
even the potential side effects.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people are just. I asked that question. People hear that. When I hear it, I'm going to take a pass. It said, may affect your vision, may cause blindness, may this.
Yes.
But
Well, I know you're aware of Callie and Casey Means, right?
yes,
Well, one of the things that they pointed out, and this is a very important thing for people to understand, is what a lot of these drugs do is they act to somehow or another mitigate the effects of poor metabolic health. But most of these problems,
This this interview just on YouTube, this podcast, has only been out for 12 hours and it has 11 million views. So it's been getting like 1 million views an hour. Just on YouTube. Pretty sure Joe Rogan mainly is on Spotify, right?
that these people are suffering from wouldn't exist if we put an emphasis
No.
on metabolic health.
No.
If people got healthier, they started eating nutritious food and taking vitamins, a whole host of these problems that people are having would go away. And the problem with that from the
Hell no, I'm gonna keep eating Burger King and McDonald's. That's what's good for you.
pharmaceutical drug standpoint is they wouldn't be able to sell drugs to these people. And this is a
And the
fear that a lot of people
pesticides
have.
and things like that on the plants and
Yeah.
what do you think of that?
It's terrible. Well, I think regenerative agriculture, unfortunately, is very difficult to scale to a point where you got a jack-in-the-box on every corner.
Right, that's right.
If everybody wants food, and we have food deserts, and we have places like Los Angeles where no one's growing anything, and everything has to be shipped in, and it's very difficult to feed that many people. We've created this incredible society where we have these enormous cities, but it's very difficult to get food to these people. And then for a lot of these people in low-income areas, the only food that's available is cheap, unhealthy food.
That's right.
And we could fix that. That's if we could send $175 billion to Ukraine, we could do something to fix a lot of the health problems that the United States has. And I think it would help us as a nation overall. It just, if you just put it out there that, hey, as a nation, we're going to make a concerted effort to get people healthier. Just put it out
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and people start making better choices.
Well, when you look at that chart, I was.
It's crazy.
They just gave me that chart because they said you may want to discuss this topic, which I know is a big topic
Yes.
for you. And when I looked at that chart and I looked at how unhealthy we are as a nation, that's a pretty big thing.
How are you so healthy? Is it golf?
No, it's genetics, I believe. You know, I'm a big
Genetics
believer.
is a big factor.
I really am. I mean, my father was.
Unfortunately, it is a big factor for health. Some people are just way more robust. But you do
Yeah.
play golf a lot, and that is
Both
exercise.
of my parents. For me, it's good.
Fresh air,
It really is. It's fresh air. You're
exercise.
outside.
Yeah.
Even mentally, you're focused on that
Right.
3-footer, and
Yes.
for a couple of hours, you're not. And I go quick. I play fast, real fast, and I'm in, I'm out. But you know, it gives me. I was never one that could like run on a treadmill. And I can do it. You know, when passing a physical, they asked me to run on a treadmill, and then they make it steeper and steeper and steeper. And the doctor said it was at Walter Reed. They said, it's unbelievable. I could have gone, I'm telling you, I felt I could have gone all day. But I said, Doc, I can do this all day long. I have no problem. But it's boring to me. Do you understand?
Right.
It's just boring.
Golf's exciting.
But I did it for
Yeah.
so long. They couldn't believe it that I did it. And I never did, you know, I don't do it. I don't go, you know, I have friends that run on this stuff all day long. But I have no problem doing it. But it's really boring. So with golf or something, you know, or tennis or whatever.
Right.
But in golf, as you get older, there's something really good about it, and you have competition with your friends.
Competition,
You know, there's something-
concentration,
and it's a great
focus.
handicap sport.
And it's also a thing, I think, that's it cleans your mind, because when you're looking at a shot, that's all you can think of when you're executing.
It gives you a couple of hours. You know, it's interesting. Like with tennis, if you're much better than somebody, you can't really play with somebody. You know, it doesn't work. You can give them sort of the equivalent of strokes, right? But it's not this. With golf, you can play with a lousy guy and give him a stroke a hole or 2 strokes a hole or something. You know, it's a good handicapping sport.
Right.
But it gives me a little exercise. But I haven't played in a long time. I won 32 club championships.
Didn't you play right after you got shot?
No. What I did is I played with Bryson DeChambeau. Do you know Bryson?
Yes.
The pro.
Uh-huh.
He's a great player. And we played, it was a certain thing that we played, I guess called breaking 50 or something. 50 we play from a certain tee, and if you can break 50. And it got tremendous ratings, sort of like a crazy thing. He's a great guy.
But
He's
wasn't
a
that
great
like a couple of days after you got shot?
I don't know. I know.
That was one of the funniest things you brought up, of course.
I think I did, yeah, maybe I did.
They want more food.
Maybe Brother Chesley Lamb
They're scavengers.
of the United States. It's such a big deal.
I'm gonna give them a little more food.
Biggest deal in the free world.
It's 100 times bigger than the Super
They're getting so big, man.
Yeah.
So
They're getting so big.
And we started off at 9 billion. Again, 9 billion they say in the world, who knows what that number is. Could you get down to 350 million? Sadly, we have no idea what we have in this country, but let's assume it's 325, 350. And you're down to 2 people. It's the biggest thing in the world. And when I heard she took off yesterday and she took off the day before, and she's going to take off tomorrow or the next day, I haven't taken a day off in 56 days. That's a long time. I haven't taken one day off. I don't want to play golf. This is too exciting. Golf is good, but this is too exciting. This is more exciting than anything you can do. And
Also, it's the home stretch.
it's the home stretch. Who would take a day off? So we have 11 days left now. And I think I've got 54, 55 days in a row. No days off. And I make speeches oftentimes, you know, sometimes not, but I make speeches. And when you make a speech, and my speeches last a long time because of the way, you know, I mean, I weave stories into it. And if you just read a teleprompter, nobody's going to be very excited. You got to weave it out. So you always have to, as you say, you always have to get right back to it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not good. But the weave is very, very important. Very few weavers around. But it's a big strain on your, you know, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And you got to be careful with the voice. You can lose that voice. The voice wasn't designed. I said today, so I made a big one last night. I was in Las Vegas. Got a big one the night before in Arizona. Big one. They're all big. There's never been anything Malarkey and Jackson Brown, never been close. Never been close. They say he talks about it because, you know, it's very interesting. So, we get crowds that are really big. They say, you know, and that has to, because I don't get good press. I don't think I've had a good story in years. I swear, I don't think I did. We were talking about it a little bit with Oprah. Everybody loved him. I don't think I became president of the United States. I did great the second time. I don't want to get you with any conspiracy. I want that second election so easy. And not just because,
So let me get to that. I want to talk to you
here's
about
something. I did that. And now I've got the nomination again. And don't forget to get these nominations. You go against very smart people. Ron DeSantis was hot. Got to go through him. Nikki Haley was hot. Had to go through her. I went through everybody. Record time. I got 3 nominations. One of the first time did much better. The second time, you know, I did. And now I'm going to go third time. And it's an incredible thing. And now we're going to get slower. That got to be best. Now, I will say this. It's a lot easier if you're a Democrat. If I were a Democrat,
get a lot of positive.
I would get a lot of positive.
Yeah, no, it's a creepy, corrupt business, and the media, to a large extent, acts as a propaganda arm for the Democratic